The Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh, this smells good. Demons be gone!
Be gone, demons.
Be gone!
Leave this studio!
Leave this planet.
Leave our universe!
Leave. This is legit sage from a Native American woman.
Wow.
So we're purifying this room.
Wonderful. Oh, money, but me home. Oh, money, but me home. Please, God, bless this room.
And Odin, too, just in case they were wrong.
That's who I was referring
They
to.
abandoned Odin. He was around first, you know? You got to think of all the gods that everybody believed in, and they're like, I'm not so sure about Thor. And
Yeah.
then they let him go. What if Thor was legit? Right?
And he's still out there, just like somebody who
Fucking
just
pissed.
fell out of fame as a god.
Yeah. He's like, don't you fucker see the lightning?
Yeah. That's
You
me
know?
throwing bolts.
He's like one of those guys, and you go to Vegas and you see one of those billboards for a strange casino, and you're like, oh, that guy. Yeah. Tony Orlando and Dawn. I remember them.
Thor's at the Mirage. Thor.
Thor's doing a residency. You motherfuckers, check out the thunder. I'm like, that's actually caused by atmospheric conditions. No, you fucks.
Thor's on
I
Cameo.
make that. Can you imagine? Someone had a really good point about that. Some atheist was arguing against religions. It might have been Sam Harris. Probably was Sam Harris. It might have been Richard Dawkins. But he basically said there's 99 different gods that people who believe in the Christian God don't believe in. And then he goes, atheists just take it one step further.
They just get rid of the last.
We're just one God away. That's what he was saying.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's
I get confused with being an atheist all the time. I do not believe I'm an atheist. I believe I'm open to everything person. I don't believe stories about people coming back from the dead, and because they're written by people, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's right. And also they're supposed to function on more than the surface level. They're supposed to be a kind of fractal that has inside of it a lot of like symbols related to just human existence.
Yes.
They're not meant to be so much like taken literally. That's
yeah.
that's when you embarrass yourself on either side.
Exactly. On either side. That's a really good point. And the translations apparently are so difficult to do.
Yeah.
Apparently, especially Old Testament, when they translated the Old Testament, they had to translate it. I mean, think of all the different languages it had to go through. It was Latin and Greek and German and English and all these different languages that are so different. Like, have you ever used the translate button? Like, I follow a lot of Russian fighters, and they, and their Instagram feed, they write in Russian, and I'm always like, oh, translate. It's a really cool feature. But you can tell it's not exactly what they meant because it's all fucked up because their language is different.
Right.
Like the way they structure sentences is different. So English doesn't just plug and play.
Right.
It's like sticking a USB 3 into a USB A. Like, hey, this doesn't really fit.
Right. Now add time.
Ugh.
Add thousands of years and scrolls and like
kings who wanted things changed.
Yeah.
The King James version. What?
Right. It's
Who?
the best. That's my favorite one to read on acid. That's the one. King James, Book of John, baby. Hit that on acid. It's so wonderful. It's so trippy because it's like, that's when I really like Christianity clicked for me, regardless of its whether it's real or not. But that's when I was like, oh, okay, I get this because the Book of John, when you read it, you're like, well, someone wrote it. I don't know who wrote it, and whoever fucking wrote this, their mind was blown, man. Like, this wasn't written by someone who was just like a normal person. This is a person who was freaking out in the most intense way. And so to me, that's what I love about it is it's like something about how old it is and the distortions, the historical distortions, the warping of it produce this kind of awesome glitched out mosaic of, if nothing else, human consciousness 5,000 years ago, where our minds were, that's trippy by itself, regardless of whether or not a person who could like raise the dead and walk on water was walking about. Just, holy shit, here's how people thought back then.
Yes, yeah. I mean, all the stuff that you can't prove or you don't know, that's interesting. It's weird. It's weird where those stories came from and why they're so universal. Like everyone has like a creator. Everyone has like a main dude that did the thing. And, you know, then there's some other people that have like large groups of gods, like the Greeks had gods for everything. A lot of Native Americans had gods for everything.
Sure. Yeah.